Hey everyone, welcome back to Effect4You channel. Today, we are going to create happy moments gallery effects, like this. So let's get started. As usual, first create a new composition, 1920 by 1080, I call this main comp. Then create another new composition. This is our op comp, change the height around 2000 pixels. And width 200 pixels. Now select rectangle tool. Stroke color none, and fill color white. Now create a shape like this. Move anchor point center of the shape, squeeze the shape according to your choice. Now select the layer, and search roughen edges effect, change border around 4. Scale 10. And complexity also 10. So it looks something like this. Cool. Now go to main comp. We need to create solid background layer, so create a solid layer. Select the layer and search gradient ramp effect. Swap the color, and change the start color white to dark gray color. And ramp shape radial ramp. Move the endpoint bottom side of the composition. And start point center of the composition. Perfect. Now drag rope comp into the timeline. Then create one more composition, 1920 by 1080. And this is our image placeholder 1 comp. Now here we have some image. So drag your image into the image placeholder comp. Resize according to the composition. Now create a frame, so double click on rectangle tool, fill color none. And stroke 100 pixels. And color white. I called this layer frame. Cool. Now go to main comp, and drag image placeholder 1 into the timeline. And change the scale around 50%. Now select the rope layer, and move the anchor point center of bottom side. And move the rope top side of the image placeholder 1, then select the image placeholder, and change the anchor point center of the top side. Select the both layer, and convert into 3D layer. So it looks something like this. Cool. Now we need to add wiggle expression on our image placeholder, so hit R for rotation, hold Alt key and click on this orientation stopwatch icon, and type wiggle expression. Now create new camera. I am using 35mm preset camera. Then create null layer. This is for position control layer. Make this null 3D layer, and parent your camera with null layer. Now again create one more null layer. And this is rotation control layer. Make this null also 3D layer. Now parent your position null layer with rotation null layer. Perfect. Now we need to duplicate our image placeholder and rope layer, but first I need to change the layer color, so I can easily identify this. Now duplicate both layer and move them together. Now we need to change this image placeholder. So go to Project Window, and duplicate the image placeholder 1, then hold Alt key, and drag image placeholder 2, over this duplicate image placeholder 1 layer. Open this layer, and similarly replace the image. Resize your image according to the composition. Here you can see. Select the second image and rope layer, go to 2 views horizontal, and move Z position little far from the camera. You can also decrease the image placeholder size according to your choice. Cool. Select first image placeholder and rope layer, and move Z position little close to the camera. And also decrease the image placeholder size little bit. You can place your image where you want. And also rotate the Y rotation little bit. I think we need to decrease the size little bit. Perfect, it's look good to me. Now duplicate image 2 and rope layer, and move them together. Now replace the image placeholder 2, so go to Project Window, and duplicate the image placeholder 2, hold Alt key, and drag the image placeholder 3, over the duplicate image placeholder 2 comp layer. Now select placeholder 3 and rope layer, and move opposite side of the image placeholder 2, and change the Y rotation also. You can also change the composition dimension, to make different types of frame, so I just randomly change the height and width. Now we also need to change the frame. So delete the first one, and double-click on the rectangle tool to make perfect rectangle, and also replace the image. Adjust your image according to your choice. Perfect. Now again duplicate placeholder 3 and rope layer, and move them together. And adjust the position. Also resize the scale little bit according to your choice. Cool. Now we need to change this image placeholder, so go to Project Window and duplicate the image placeholder 3. Now hold Alt key and drag image placeholder 4 over the duplicate image placeholder 3 layer, and change the image. Our comp looks something like this. Cool. One thing I forgot to do something with rope layer. Select rope layer, go to top side of the rope and create a mask like this. Go to mask, and check on invert, Open Mask Property, and increase the feather around 150 to 170 pixels, so that our top side blend with our comp. Please do this thing before going to duplicate row players. I am skipping this part so that you do not have to wait. Now we need to animate position and rotation null layer. Select position layer, hit P, and rotation layer, hit R. Go to 1 second forward, and add a keyframe on position and Y rotation. Then go to first frame, and move Y position top side of the composition. I think we need to change these keyframe around 3 second forward. Cool. Go to first frame and change the Y rotation little bit. Now go to around 3 second forward, and add a keyframe on position and rotation. Now again go to 2.5 second forward, and change the Y rotation according to you. And move the Y position, bottom side of the composition. Perfect. Now we need to add some more images here. So duplicate the all 4 images and row players, and move them together. And also move the all images and row players, center of the composition. Now we need to replace our placeholder, so go to Project Window and Duplicate Image Placeholder 4, hold Alt key, and drag Image Placeholder 5, over to the Duplicate Image Placeholder, open 5th placeholder, and replace your image. And resize according to the composition. Then replace the second placeholder also, go to Project Window, Duplicate Placeholder 5, and replace the placeholder 6, open Image Placeholder 6 and change your image. Again replace this third placeholder also, and change your image. Also replace the last placeholder, and replace your image. Perfect, it's look good to me. Cool. Select the first image, hit half rotation, and rotate the Y rotation. And move the image placeholder and row player center of the composition. You can change the dimension of the center placeholder, 1920 by 1080. And also change the frame. Resize image according to the composition. Now select the other image and rotate them. And also adjust the position where you want. You can increase and decrease the placeholder size according to your choice. You can adjust the position and rotation according to your choice. I am just showing you example. As you can see, this rope is coming in front of our image. So select this rope layer and image placeholder. And move the Z position backwards, so that our rope hides behind the image. Perfect. Let's see how it looks. Cool. Now we need to animate focus distance. So open camera option, turn on depth of field. Aperture 300. Go to around 3 seconds forward. When our image reached center of the composition. And adjust the focus distance until your front image comes into focus, and add a keyframe. Then go to second keyframe, and add a keyframe on focus distance. Then again go to next keyframe, and adjust your focus distance, if required. Cool. Now select position and rotation keyframes, and ease them. Now select all position keyframe, go to graph editor, and make your graph like this. Then select the all rotation keyframes, and make your graph like this. Perfect, it's look good to me. Now we need to add our text, so create a new composition. This is text 1 comp. And type your text. Align text center of the composition. Now go to main comp, and drag the text comp into the timeline. Move the text layer just above the first placeholder layer. And change the layer color. Adjust the text where you want. And resize according to you. Also convert the layer into 3D layer, and also adjust the Z position, so that our text remains in focus. Select the text layer, and search fill color. And change the color as you like. Then search drop shadow. Softness around 20. As you can see, our text is hiding behind the image. So move Z position little close to camera. Cool. Now we need to make a frame for whole composition, so double-click on Rectangle tool to make perfect rectangle, and I called this frame. Now add vintage look, so create a black solid layer. Select Ellipse tool. And double-click on Ellipse tool to make perfect ellipse. Go to Mask and select Subtract, and increase the mask feather. And decrease the layer opacity 70%. Now create a new solid layer. This is our flare layer. And search Gradient Ramp Effect. Change Ramp Shape Radial Ramp, and swap the color, and change the start color white to dark blue color. And move the endpoint bottom side of the composition. And change Layer Mode Normal to Screen. Perfect, it's look good to me. Now create new adjustment layer. This is our glow layer. And search Glow Effect. Glow Threshold 100%. And Glow Radius also 100%. And Glow Intensity 0.3. Cool. Now again create an adjustment layer. I called this Lens. And search CC Lens Effect. Size 100. And Convergence around 4. It's look something like this. Cool. Now here we have dust grunge footage. Drag the footage into the timeline, resize according to the composition. And change Layer Mode Normal to Screen. And you can also decrease the opacity around 50%. Now again create new adjustment layer. And search Glow Effect. Change the glow threshold around 85%. Glow radius 90, and glow intensity 0.2. Then search fast blur effect. And blur radius 0.3. Perfect. Now search sharpen effect. And sharpen amount around 30. Then apply unsharp mask. And change amount 60. Then apply noise effect. Amount of noise 3%. And uncheck use color noise. Now select Rectangle tool, double-click on Rectangle to make perfect rectangle, and increase the width, so it looks something like this. Now create transition effect. So create a solid layer. Search fill effect. And change color white. Go to first frame. And add keyframe on opacity. Then go to around 1 second forward and change the opacity 0%. Then go to few second forward, and add a keyframe. Then go to last keyframe, and change the opacity 100%. Perfect. Our animation has done. Hit 0 for render. Thanks for watching. I hope you like the video. If you like the video, please share it, like it, and subscribe our channel. For more tutorial. I'll see you in the next video.